I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar. We're going to be talking about things that you should have in your business toolkit today, with a bit more specifics around you're going to know that what tools and features are that can help you in your business. The topics we're going to be covering are staff management, marketing, online booking, accounting and payment types. Management consultant Peter Drucker once said, "If you can't measure it, you can't manage it." Now, I'd argue that many important aspects of your salon's business, such as the culture and the morale and the energy, are all manageable, yet they can't readily be nailed down as data in a spreadsheet. But when it comes to salon targets, Peter was dead on the money. Without measurement, they're worthless. Their potential magic is lost. One of the other key things to think around about targets is motivating your team. Keep track of yours and their progress and ensure that you're achieving your goals. So the first step, of course, is to decide what kind of targets you're going to put in place. Do you need business targets and staff targets? And of course, it's really up to you. You can choose to only have business targets in order to formalize your business goals. You can easily track progress, or if you're employee manager, as a way to motivate them. However, when you have both business and staff targets, it can be the ultimate combination. Your business targets are big picture goals that will shape the direction of your salon or spa, and the combination of each individual's performance and achievement of their target is what will ultimately help reach your business goals. So let's have a quick look at how we do that in Kitomba 1. Okay, so if you've not used targets before, then this is what it's going to look like, and we're going to go in and we're going to get started setting it up. Click into here, and I'm going to go into my business name because this is where I'm going to set up my business goals. So first of all, you've got to identify what targets to track. And there's a couple of things you can think about to do this. So what's your overall business goal or goals? Are there areas in your business that you can improve on? And then once you've determined those, it's a matter of which targets are going to drive your team towards achieving your business goals and the targets that will focus your team's energy on addressing areas that require improvement. For example, if your client rebooking rate is below 70%, then there's an awesome opportunity for improvement. Provide your team with some training and tips on how to rebook their clients, and before you know it, you're going to be meeting that target in Kitomba 1. So let's have a look here. Now you've got an option here of setting weekly targets or setting monthly targets, okay, and you can have it inclusive or exclusive GST. I'm going to stay with inclusive, and then I'm just going to come up and start off with set weekly targets. There are 7 areas that you can track, and this depends on whether you track all of them or just some of them. It's entirely up to you and what's happening for your business. So I'm going to start with my total sales. Okay, so this is going to be all sales that happen in my business, and I'm going to set this as 12,000 for the week. Underneath this, I could go in and I could put my retail sales in there if I wanted to, or I can go to my total appointment value, service sales, appointment retail sales, and my average appointment value. And of course, we've got client rebooking down the bottom. Now I'm just going to look at my total sales, and I'm going to put my retail sales in here as a breakdown. So let's say I want to concentrate on maybe it's 2,000 retail sales. And my client rebooking, I'm going to put in here is 85%. That's what all the good business coaches are telling me to put in, 85%. And I'm just going to leave it at that. You could fill in the whole 7 if you wanted to, but for this particular business, we're just going to focus on 3. If I wanted to set monthly targets, then I can go in and do it's the same topics, and I can set those up as well. But for my example here, we're just going to stick with our weekly targets, and we're going to come down here and we're going to go save. And what that's going to do is put those topics that I've selected in there as a graph, so we can visually track how we're doing over a specific period. So far, if we have a look, we can see that Monday was the start of our week, and if we wanted to, we can actually change the date that starts on by coming into here. I'm going to stick with Monday because that's the start of my week, but if you wanted to, you can change it, and then you can continue on, and you can see how you're tracking. Now you can see these little pop-ups that come up. They give you a little bit more information as you're going through. So it's as easy as that to set them up. You can also go in and set them up for your team. So if I go in and select one of my team, I can come in and set my weekly targets for Kane. And again, I can come in here. Now the total sales, of course, is going to be a subset of what my business totals are. And depending on what Kane's role is in the business as to what I would set those targets at. If he's an apprentice, that's going to be very different to my senior stylist or my senior therapist. So again, it's something that you need to just have a bit of a think about before you start entering these in. So I'm going to say for Kane, I'm expecting him to do 2,000. And I am expecting him to have 85% rebooking rate. And again, you don't have to have all of the targets set for him. You can just choose whatever it is that's relevant for that particular person. One of the quick things we can see here already that we've got already above target. So again, that's something that you'll be looking at next week, saying, well, maybe we can just have a look at whether that target's not high enough, and you can reset that. One of the important things around giving people access to targets is their ability to have a look at them themselves. If they can't see them, then it's not going to be real, so they need to actually keep those in mind all the time. The best way to do this is to give your team Kitomba 1 access. And that's as simple as coming into settings. And we're going to come across here to staff and users. And we're going to come in here, and again, I'm going to select Kane. And I'm going to come down to the bottom here where it says can log into Kitomba 1. Now, one of the things I get asked a lot is what can people see once I've given them access to Kitomba 1? They can only see what you want them to see. And the reason for that is this little area here. So we come in, and depending on where the tick is as to what people can access. So I only want Kane to access his own targets. I don't want him to be able to do anything else or see anything else. So I would just go select for targets, and then that's all he's going to be able to access. He's going to be able to access Kitomba 1 anywhere on any device, but all he's going to see is his own personal targets and nothing else. Of course, you need to put in this example, I'm going to use my email, but for Kane, it would be his email, and then you go in and you would save. Okay, that will send a message to Kane, and then he can go in and access from that link to set himself up in Kitomba 1. He's then going to be able to see his targets anytime he wants to, and he can see how good he's doing and see how much he needs to improve. And that's always a real positive motivator, is to have a look and say, oh, I'm not quite there, so what do I have to do to get there? It's really motivating to be able to have those visually with you close by. So one of the other things that we've talked about as managing your staff is about overriding timetables. And it's really easy to do that in Kitomba 1. All you need to do is to need to go into the staff. Now let's have a look at Jerry. So maybe Jerry's phoned in sick. And I need to come in and I can put a partial leave, I can put leave, not working, whatever it is I want to do. It's going to list his normal working hours, and then you can come in and add in any other areas that you wish. I'm going to say that he's going to, maybe he's gone home at lunchtime, so I'm going to put in partial leave. Okay, and I'm going to say that partial leave happened at lunchtime, so let's go 12 o'clock. He finishes normally at 8 p.m. So I'm going to put him out till then. Okay, and I'm going to put in there that this might be sick leave. Okay, so he's gone home sick. His normal working hours are there. Don't need to touch anything else. And I can go in and I can go save. Now you'll see here that I've got a little pink flag at the corner of Jerry, and that's going to indicate to me that there's something different about his timetable today. Now with timetable overrides, the key thing to remember is it's only going to change today. It's not making any permanent change to his timetable that is already set up. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about today about the tools in your toolbox is marketing. And I think that marketing in Kitomba 1 is probably one of the best features around as well. It makes it easy. So all you need to do is come into the marketing tab, and we're going to go to MailChimp. One of the things to think about with marketing is to make sure that you've actually got a plan in place for the year. It's really easy to think, oh, well, I'll just do some marketing here and there as I need it. But actually, if you've got a strategic plan, it's going to make things so much easier for you. It's going to help you keep on track with your budget. It's going to make sure that you're marketing at the right time for the right things, and helps you keep on track with your goals. One of the things you can do to get that strategic plan is to have a look at what you've done in the past. So what worked for you last year? What were good times to market? What were some of the things that you offered to your customers? What activities brought in the most new clients? So those are the sort of things that you need to be thinking about to set your plan. Again, coming back to when we were looking at targets, think about your goals. What's your business goal? And it's like anything that you do, you have to think about what's the end goal. Okay, so what is it you're hoping to see at the end of this that you're not seeing now? No point in doing something if it's not going to make a difference between moving you from the current state to what it is that you want to see in the future. So think about those goals and get specific. What is it you want to see? Consider all the strategies and activities that might be helpful to achieve those goals. And what did you do last time that helped you achieve them last year? So think about those things. Coming back, of course, to targets is make your goals measurable. Make sure that you're going to be able to measure the difference between now and then. So now that we've got into campaigns here, we're going to create a campaign. You can choose a list of all clients, or you can create a specific list. So let's go to create a specific list. Now I'm going to choose clients who have had a past appointment in the last 6 months. Okay, or you could go in and say, well, actually, I want to target clients who haven't been in. So I can come in here and have not had a past appointment. So for my list, I actually want to target those clients who have not had a past appointment in the last 6 months. I want to get them to come back. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to generate my client list. Now, some of the important things in here is to notice is how many clients did your list actually pick up. In my database, it's only picked up 3. Now, that's more than likely because I don't have email addresses in against most of my clients. But for you, I would expect you to see a larger number, and that will be all the clients who have email addresses and have said that they will accept promos. You can go in and you can use a different list if you want to. For today, we're just going to use our this list. One of the important things is to come down to your campaign name. You need to put in your campaign name, something that's relevant for you. So I'm going to put in that it's ball season. Now over here is your email subject line, and this has to be something that's really going to stand out in your client's email. It also needs to be something that's not going to get put into their spam folder, so something that's really relevant. So let's say, look beautiful at the ball. Your from name, or what you want them to see, is where this is from. Again, it's important so they know to read it and not just delete it, and your email that it's from. And then go continue. Okay, we're going to send the list now to MailChimp, and it's going to proceed to MailChimp. If you don't have a MailChimp account, then you can quickly go into MailChimp and set one up. It's really simple to add your details into there. What we're not going to cover today is actually how to do that MailChimp side of things. They've got some excellent support guides, and I'd recommend that if you want to know more information about using MailChimp, that you actually go in and have a look there. Once you've processed all that in MailChimp, then the campaign is going to be sent, and then you'll be able to track those. Once you've completed your campaign in MailChimp, then that's all you need to do. It'll be sent out, and hopefully all your clients are going to come in and take advantage of what you're offering. And there we go. There's our campaign, all ready to use again if we wanted to, or we can create another campaign and progress from there. So what other things are in your toolbox, or should be in your toolbox? Look, let's go and have a look in our settings tab here. And one of the key things, of course, is online booking. Okay, so our online booking and online voucher sales. Now, I know for some of you, you won't have this as part of your package, but it really is going to make a difference to your business, and it's something that I'd recommend you have a think about. Setting up online booking is really simple. You really just have to tick the boxes and add some pictures if that's what you need. So let's come and have a look at what you can do. Choose from what your clients see in online booking. So in here, you can select the options. And if you want to know a little bit more about each option, then there's a little pop-up box that's going to give you that extra information. Now mine's pretty much set how I want it, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to come down a little bit further and I've got booking settings. So how far in advance clients can request a booking. This is entirely a business decision. I'm going to select my 12 hours before, but you could select anything that suits you best. The next box down is whether you're going to allow cancellations and reschedules. And again, it's a business decision. My thinking is that if I actually want to talk to people before they cancel, so I'm going to leave that box unticked. Here I can allow only one staff member to be selected per booking, or I can default it to anyone. Again, business decision. I'm just going to leave it as it defaulted to. There's some more information about working with online booking, some tips and hints there if you wanted to go and have a look at those. And in here, you can put in a sentence that's about your business. So something that's going to stand out. You might have a motto or a byline that might be relevant for your business. I'd add that in there. Your cancellation policy, it's optional, but if you have a cancellation policy, it's really helpful if you put that in here, especially when we start looking at getting people to pay deposits for these bookings. And then you can put some custom text in for your email confirmation. I'm going to leave that as is. Then you can come down here and you can add in your Google Analytics tracking code and your Google Tag Manager code. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with that, go and have a look at those online, and there'll be a lot more information about working with Google and how that can provide you some really, really useful reporting on what's happening in your online booking. Once you've put in your IDs there, you can just save the changes, and then you can go and have a look at your online booking page. So this is what your clients are going to see when they come in to make a booking online. So just jumping back to our online booking. So we've set up the settings, the things that we need to be there. We can also have a look at the style. Now I've got a banner here. Now I can remove that banner and I can upload an image. So let's go find some pictures. And I can put in another banner and I can move that around to whatever it is I want. I can change my brand color. So it's going to be at the top banner, and this time I'm going to go with a green. And I can also change what my background looks like. So this time I'm going to go with flowers, and I'm going to save my changes. To view that online, I can just go to my View Online Booking button. You can see I've now got my different banner, and so on from there. One of the other things you can do is you can set up your deposits and vouchers. Okay, you do need to have a business PayPal account to do this, and you need to set that up first, and then when you come in here, you would then enter those details in and it will connect you through like I've got here. Okay, you can come in here to edit your online bookings, and it's going to give you some options, whether you want full payment, percentage, fixed amount, or no deposit. And again, it's up to you what you want. I'm going to say that I want a percentage. Okay, and I'm going to say that I want 10%, and I'm going to go save. Okay, so it's going to ask my customers when they book to pay a 10% of what the booking cost is going to be, or what the service cost is going to be for each of those bookings. Now, you can't pick and choose on different services. It's applied across the board, so it's something that you need to think about before you add your deposits on. The other thing is about selling online vouchers. So let's click on there. Do you want to sell vouchers online? Yes, we do. Okay. How long should vouchers last before expiring? And there'll be some rules around that depending on where you live. And do you want to show your online booking banner on the voucher? So I'm going to say yes. Do I want to add any further information? I can add some characters in there if I wanted to say something further. And then I can go save. We'll just preview a sample voucher, and that's what it's going to look like. So it's got my banner up there, and it's got my information, and then I can close my preview. I can come back in and edit anything I want on there, and so on. Now, one of the things that I haven't mentioned is about the URL that's available for both vouchers and online booking. Now, they're really important because those are the links you're going to add to your Facebook page or your other website, your ordinary website. Could be anywhere else that you advertise about your business online. Those URLs are going to be what connects you or what connects your client to make those purchases. So they're really important. So another thing that's really important is about accounting and payment types. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the accounting part of it first, and that's with Xero. Okay, one of the most important things in your business is to actually understand where the money's going. Many salons and spas fail due to the lack of funds that are available, so you really need to know about that cash flow. One of the easiest ways to do that is to use Xero, and we have a really great integration with Xero. Again, it's not for everybody, but it depends on how you manage your finances. Have a chat with your accountant and they'll be able to help you with that. It's really simple to set up. You just need to come in and have a look. We've got a really easy checklist for you there to follow, and you can come in and connect now, and it's going to step you through that process. So again, it's really easy. Once you're connected, all you need to do is run your cash reconciliation at the end of the day. There's a button in there that's going to let you take your information through to Xero, and it's just going to do it for you. It makes it easy, but you do need to cash up every day. So really recommend that you use Xero to help you along with keeping track of where the money's at. One of the most important things you can do in your business. The other important thing that you can do in your business, and that is to make sure that you've got your payment types all set up. And I'm just going to pop into Kitomba. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to come into payment types. Okay, and we've got some set up down there already. Okay, if you use installment payment options like Afterpay or OxyPay or all those others that are there, then you need to come in and you need to create a payment type. You just simply come in here, you put in the name, so it might be this one that I've seen recently called lay-by. You can put a description in, and we're going to come down here and we're going to go save. It's as simple as that. Just going to put that down here. So now when you go to create an invoice, you're going to be able to access that in your invoice as your payment type. And it's as simple as that. So you can set up any type of installment payment option you want, and you'll be able to track it then in your reporting as to what is going against what different types of payment types. So really simple to make sure that you're giving your customers the benefit of using those great options out there for those bigger purchases that they have. So in summary, we've talked about staff management, marketing, online booking, accounting and payment types. Our staff management, we talked about targets and how to set those up for your business and make sure you're setting them up for your team as well. We've talked about overriding timetables in K1 and how easy that is to do anywhere that you can access the internet. We talked a little bit about MailChimp and setting those up, and it's about creating those lists in Kitomba 1 and getting that to go through to MailChimp. If you're really interested in learning more about MailChimp, I've got some great support guides. Go and take a look. We looked at online booking. Online booking is your 24/7 reception. You're never going to have to worry about finishing with a client and going to answer the phone, because it's all going to be taken care of. They're going to be right able to do it online. One of the key things that we know about online booking is that you get less no-shows as well. So it's about 10% less no-shows. It's going to be great for your bottom line. So 24/7 reception. In today's world, we know that people go to online more and more. We do online shopping, we book our doctor's visits, we do groceries, we do all sorts of things online. And booking I know myself, I book my beauty appointment, I book my hair appointment, do so much stuff online. And I do it because it's convenient. And it's convenient for me because I'm a commuter. I spend probably 2 hours a day in a train. So I've got time to sit and do those things on my phone. Lots of people do it. I see hundreds of people on the train. They're all there with their phones doing stuff. So hopefully they're booking into your salon and your online booking page. The improved analytics in online booking with Google Analytics is going to track what's happening for you. If you need to know more about Google Analytics, go online and have a look and see what they can offer you as far as how to track things. Accounting. Now, we looked at taking deposits and online booking, and we've looked at online vouchers. Again, it's a value add for you. It's going to make things available. It's going to make it convenient for your clients to be able to book online, pay a deposit for that booking, and purchase vouchers for their friends. We talked about Xero and how that can help you with your keeping track of where the money's gone. It's really simple to set up. Follow the steps and have a chat with your accountant before you do that. If you've got any questions or need any further help on any of these features or anything else about Kitomba and Kitomba One, then these are our contact numbers. It's been my pleasure to bring you some of the tools that you should have in your toolbox to get the most out of Kitomba and Kitomba One and to help grow your business. Thanks for being here.